What's up, guys? It's Slayer Exclusive here, and today I'm going to be revisiting the Gamekeeper because I wanted to work on a video and also a series of videos where I go through all of the collectible achievements in the Gamekeeper from Double Fine Studios and Xbox Game Studios. I wanted to kind of just like do a video where I go through all the collectibles all at once, but I also wanted to do individual videos, which I'm going to kind of do all at once, all at the same time, and just release it as separate videos. Just to have that on my channel and be able to help out anyone who's looking for the collectibles, because some of these are a little bit tricky to find. But the good thing is, as I probably have, as I've mentioned in my regular original playthrough of the game, the good thing is that this game is very short and sweet, and it has a chapter select which you can go in and just collect all the collectibles if you miss them, if you missed any, and and it pretty much saves, the game saves like right after you collect them, so you don't even have to like finish the level or like go through the next chapter or like checkpoint, whatever, because it pretty much finishes and you could just exit the level and it'll count. So this is a game that pretty much only has one story-based achievement, while the others are all collectible-based, and they're not necessarily your regular kind of collectibles in a way where you have to actually like go through somewhere and like pick something up. It's more of just like you interact with the environment and something kind of happens. You get a little bit more like of the lore of the backstory of the game, and even within the achievement description itself, it kind of gives you a little bit of the lore. So alright, so yeah, so like I said, you can go to chapter select, so I would recommend playing through this game blindly, and just try to get whatever you can naturally and without spoiling it for yourself, and then after that, once you play through the game, whatever you missed out on, just go to chapter select, go to the main menu like I am right now, and just look through what you have. The other good thing about this game is that if you can see here where I go to chapter select, it pretty much kind of tells you where the collectibles are in the form of like this flower right under the title. If you've collected it, it'll look like the flower bloomed, and then if you did not collect it, it'll look like the flower is just kind of like closed up. So it's a nice little way of the game kind of telling you, one, where the collectible is, like which chapter. Most of these chapters are very quick, so most of the time you'll start the chapter and like the collectible is like very close to where you start, so you don't even really have to play more than like 5 minutes, I want to say, before you find the collectible. And it'll also tell you like whether you actually collected it or not. So very handy. But yeah, so the first collectible in this game, in the Keeper, is in the Brim chapter. So let's go ahead and start this one up. And this one is actually very, very close, and it's like pretty much the only achievement in this game where you don't really have to do anything other than just kind of walk to the area, and the achievement will like kind of like it'll pop, you'll obtain it without really having to do much. Otherwise, most of the other ones after this, you kind of have to interact using the light from the lighthouse to be able to actually get the collectibles. So alright, so let's go ahead and go to the Brim here, and this is our first achievement, which is the Echoes of the Brim achievement. So let's do it. So yeah, chapter select, loading a chapter may result in lost progress. However, you can always return to any unlocked chapter afterward, which is completely fine. We can just press OK, and I'll just kind of show you show you where it is. And yeah, I don't really know like what it'll look like if I already collected it. So this is gonna kind of be my first time looking at that, seeing it from that perspective. So let's see. So you literally start off, you walk down here. This one is very simple. It's the first one, so it's pretty much a freebie. You don't really have to do much other than walk. You see these like little rock guys over here. That kind of indicates to you that this achievement is over here. And yeah, so you literally just walk in here into this cave, and this is pretty much it. Like as soon as you walk in here, the achievement should pop. If not, just kind of stand around here a little bit, wait for the twig emote to pop up down here like you see it at the bottom, press X, and then you should get it. So, and that's the Echoes of the Brim achievement with the description of: under the mountain eye, creatures of stone rose to cast molten sea walls to keep the wither at bay. So this basically gives you like a backstory of the game. It's pretty cool. There's no dialogue or anything in this game, so this is kind of the only way that you're gonna kind of see it, other than just playing through the game yourself and like kind of seeing how the cutscenes play out. But it's a really cool like I said, backstory of the game. But yeah, so I returned back to the main menu now, and the next one we're gonna do is called the Creeping Veil. And this achievement is located in the Fractal Ridge, and pretty much also at the very beginning of the chapter. So I'm going to load it up. And this one you actually have to interact, you have to make the flower bloom in order for you to get it. So literally right off the bat, as soon as you start, you spawn right next to where the cave is with the achievement. So just walk in here. And it's right here. Usually the flower is somewhere around here, if I remember correctly. I guess, you know, since I got it, it's already here and it's already bloomed. And so yeah, so once again, this is it. This is the only area. This is for the Creeping Veil achievement, and the description for this achievement is: in the wake of the Wither, where geometric structure once soared, only Brim husks remain. Alright, so that's for the Creeping Veil achievement. So let's go back to the main menu. Alright, so the next achievement is the Notice the Time Conductor achievement, and that is in the Morphing Labyrinth chapter, which is right here. So let's start that off, and I'll show you where that one is. It's very close to the beginning, actually. Very easy to get. So let's do it. Alright, so as soon as you start, just go through this door. I mean, not this one, sorry. It's this one over here, actually. Just open this pathway up. Go on through. Make sure to kill these bugs over here. Or scared of them, I should say. And then they kind of lead you to where the achievement is. So you have to focus your light on the flower, make it bloom to make this pathway across. And then you see all the rock guys over here, and right here is where the statue is, but obviously there's going to be a flower somewhere around here that you have to focus on, and then use the twig emote, and then you'll get the achievement. So this is the Notice the Time Conductor achievement, and the achievement description for this achievement is: the last of the Time Elders was not exempt from the Wither's grasp, and time was destabilized. Alright, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, going back to the main menu now. Alright, so back in the main menu, the next achievement is the Knight's Rebuff. And this achievement is located in the Withered Trail. This one's a little bit easy to miss, but it's not too far from where you start this chapter, so... Alright, so once you exit the city, the robot city, you kind of just continue up this path, and then go all the way up. And once you kind of get towards the top over here a little bit, you will notice that there is actually a kind of a hidden pathway towards your left, if I remember correctly. Once you gotta keep going up. Keep going up. Going up. This one's actually kind of far from where the chapter starts. And then, let me see. Alright, you keep going up. It's actually somewhere around here. Nope, you gotta keep going up. Alright. We're getting close though. Like I said, it's kind of a hidden area. Not too hard to spot. But. Alright, keep going up. Gotta climb up here. And then right here, you see? The light kind of focuses on it. I'm not sure if that was accidental or if it actually kind of does that, just to kind of, I guess, give you a little bit of a hint that it's in here. But you open this up. I focus the light on it, go down here, and once you reach this area, there's going to be another flower for you to bloom. And yeah, this is the location for the Knight's Rebuff achievement, and the achievement description for this achievement is: Nodus required the help of a mobile agent to stabilize time, and repel the Wither's advance, which I'm assuming is talking about the lighthouse over here. Alright, so yeah, that's that achievement. We can go back to the main menu now. And the next achievement is called Wist, Tick, and Cog. Alright, so the next achievement is called Wist, Tick, and Cog, and this achievement is located in Time Passage. So let's go there. It's literally right after the Withered Trail, so pretty much could have gone and just continued on and gotten it, but it's fine. So, alright, we're in this cave, the Time Passage cave, and we're gonna go through it. This one, I think, is kind of far from the beginning, not too far though. Just keep going here. This one's not super hard to miss. Alright, so we gotta turn time back. Or I mean forward, maybe I should say, actually. So everything's rubble. Let's continue here through this beautiful scenery. Nice little section. Kind of that's literally Wist, Tick, and Cog right there. Pretty cool. But obviously that's not really, it's not where you get the achievement. So you go up these steps. They're even like right there, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, on that mural. Keep going here. Gotta run through that. And then you have two ways to go here. Either go right, which is the right way to go, or literally left right here is where the achievement is. And yeah, this is Wist, Tick, and Cog. Pretty sure that there's a flower here that you have to light shine your light on, and in order for this to grow, for the statue to grow. But that is the Wist, Tick, and Cog achievement, and the achievement description for this achievement is: the elders manipulated time to slow the Wither's tireless advance, and it worked for a while. Alright, cool. So we go back to the main menu. Alright, the next achievement is called Guardians of the Sea, and this achievement is located in sorry, because I am a little bit out of the loop here. It is actually Call of the Mountain, and this one is located in the Pollen Falls. So yeah, so the next achievement is Call of the Mountain. I actually kind of got it out of order when I played through this game, so but this is located in Pollen Falls, and it's actually right in the beginning of the level of the chapter. So Call of the Mountain in Pollen Falls, let's do it. This one's actually a rare achievement, so a lot of people actually missed this one, myself included. So as soon as you walk in here, you'll see this cutscene play out. It kind of gives you like a view of the world and where you kind of got to go. And what I failed to notice the first time around is that towards the end of this little cutscene right here, it actually pans to this waterfall right there, which I didn't realize is actually where the achievement is, and I kind of just went straight instead of going up here, gliding up to this rock, shining my light on this thing so that this thing can eat whatever these, like, I guess weird plant is. And then it'll get full, it'll create dust, which you can use to fly up. Now, what you want to do here is you want to go over here first, to the right-hand side, shine your light on these branches, whatever the hell they are, these corrupted things, and turn this cog over using your friendly little bird companion, and then come back here. I mean, you don't have to destroy these, but it's just fun. And now interact with this platform, and basically just move this down, all the way down as far as you can, move all the way to the right as far as you can, move all the way down as far as you can, then move all the way left, and move all the way down. Pipes will connect, waterfall will be shut off, opening the way forward to this little secret cave. One side. And there's going to be a flower for you to light up. Right here, most likely in the middle if I remember correctly. And yeah, this is the area for the Call of the Mountain achievement, and the achievement description for this achievement is: the mountain's eye beheld the Wither's approach and whispered for aid from another. And that is the Call of the Mountain achievement. Alright, cool. So, let's go back to the main menu. Now, let me see, the next achievement is Guardians of the Sea. Okay, so now it's Guardians of the Sea. This achievement is located on the, or in, I should say, the Coral Sanctum chapter. So let's load that up. This one is actually... So I would say like this chapter, or like this whole like what is it called? Act, I guess you should say, is probably the hardest to find these achievements, because they're kind of like, you know, this area is big. There's a lot of like, you know, things, a lot of places you can go and explore and stuff. And, you know, it's easy to get lost where you gotta go and stuff. So, I don't think we need to save this guy, but may as well grab him real quick. Now, this achievement is kind of far from the beginning of the chapter. Alright, so they open this up for you, it breaks. And you gotta use twig to lift it up. Along with her baby. I'm not sure how he how that little guy is strong enough to lift this up, because it seems very heavy if it broke the the rope, but you know, video game logic, as it were. Alright, yeah, so this area is pretty big. But the achievement isn't too far from this area right here, so kind of have to stick to the left over here. Alright, so let me go this way. You don't have to dock for any of these guys anymore. So, past this island, over to the right, and it's literally right here, actually. Break through this, and there's going to be a flower here, focus on it, and there's the achievement. And so this is the Guardians of the Sea achievement. And then the achievement description for this achievement is: massive emplaced hybrid organisms cast light on the Wither's vulnerability with powerful beams. Alright. So that's for the Guardians of the Sea achievement. Let's go back to the main menu. So the Fall of the Guardians achievement is next. It is located in the second act, and it is in the Lockkeeper chapter. So let's go ahead and start that up. Now you're going to start off literally right in front of this big machine thing. you have to activate this with Twig first. You have to just press X. A cutscene will play. You don't have to do anything to actually do this. This will close up. It'll activate this big mechanism, this big machine thing, and it'll actually open up your first path towards, I guess, fully opening up this machine. And it's right here towards the left. As you can see, it's panning over to it, and it's that machine that rose out of the water over there. So it's kind of pointing towards a cave where you gotta go in order to get another one of those like light bombs or whatever they're called. So just kind of go over here, sail over here, have the light focus on the door so that I can open up. Go inside, and the achievement isn't too far from this area, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so it's literally as soon as you enter here, go to the left here. Now, we have to have Twig take off this red growth, and then light all the bombs, or the sacks, whatever. There's one. There's the other. And the last one is right there. Alright. That'll explode that area. I believe, and then the achievement is over here. So just shine your light so that you can open up the secret path. And it's literally right here. There's going to be a flower for you to focus your light on, and it'll grow the statue. And so this is for the Fall of the Guardians achievement. Not too hard, I guess. You know, kind of a little bit out of the way. Definitely easily missable. But the achievement description for this achievement is: the Guardians save those in their radius, but immobility let the Wither grow in the shadows. And that is, once again, the Fall of the Guardians achievement in Keeper. So, alright, let's go ahead and back to the main menu. Alright, so for some reason the next one is kind of out of order, but the next achievement is the Nucleus achievement. And this achievement is in the second act, where you're a boat, and it is located in the Wither Sprawl chapter. So we're going to go there. And it's not too far from the beginning, but it's not too close either. So let's go through here, blow up the sack, and then we're going to need to have the light shine on it so we can go through. And so for that, we're going to need to go over here. Destroy this thing, and then have the ball go inside. Follow it to the end. And then it's going to go ahead and open up the way forward for us. Wait, it got blocked. Gotta unblock it. Alright, it'll activate this creature. Which will open up the way for us. And we go through. And then in this achievement is literally inside this waterfall right here. So you go through it, and right here is going to be a flower, and it's going to create the statue. And this is the Nucleus achievement. So the achievement description for this achievement is: the Nucleus sent its withering extremities to absorb and devour all, to sustain its hollow life. And that, once again, is the Nucleus achievement in Keeper. Alright, cool. So we're going back to the main menu, and the next achievement is called Wasted Evolution, and it is also, once again, in the second act, and this time it is in the Wither Storm chapter. So we're going to go ahead and start this one off. This one actually was another one that I missed in my first playthrough, so it is a little bit easy to miss, but it's not very far from the beginning. You really don't have to do much. You can kind of just go through. Now, we are going to need to have this guy open the way for us. So we need to get him out of the way in order to destroy this thing, which will allow us to kind of go through here. Then there is another growth. Where is it? I do not see. Oh, sorry, it's right here. So destroy that. And there's another growth right here. And there's going to be another growth revealed right there. Alright. Destroy this thing to break through. Continue forward. Now, once you get into this area, you just kind of have to go forward here, forward through here. Ignore that, because that's just to continue the story. And literally just keep sailing over here to the left, up this platform. Hold A to get across it, and it is right here. So there's going to be a flower. You activate the statue, and this is for the Wasted Evolution achievement, which will unlock once you activate the statue. Most likely you also have to emote with Twig. I'm not sure if that's necessary, but I do it usually anyway. But yeah, so this is the Wasted Evolution achievement, and the achievement description for this achievement is: the Wasted fused with other creatures to extend the reach of their searing beam. It was not enough. Alright, cool. So, that's that. Let's go back to the main menu. Alright, so the next achievement is Relighting the Mountain Eye, and this chapter is in Act 3, the first chapter of Act 3, which is Atrium. So let's go ahead. This one's kind of far into the chapter. So we're going to be doing quite a bit of traveling before we actually get to it. But this one's actually really not super easy to miss. This one's kind of like in your face. It's not really too far. It's far from the beginning of the chapter, but it's not really like elusive or hard to find or anything like that. So we're in this big area over here. We kind of have to destroy these corrupted plants first in order to open up the way forward. So kill the wither, basically. Miss, like I just did right there. Keep going, and literally just keep going towards the left over here, up this platform. First time I played through this, I kind of like spent a lot of time just kind of wandering around. But you really don't have to. Go over here, cutscene will play. If you hit that, it'll be like, oh well, you need this in order to progress. So, light yourself on the fuse. Once you're powered up, go back, destroy this thing. Opening the way forward to the next area. This one is a little bit difficult because you have to go this way, light yourself on this fuse, go inside the middle room and light this fuse, and then destroy these bits right here. Once this way opens, you're going to most likely get singed like I just did, so go here, light that, light yourself on the second one, keep going, light yourself on the third one, there's a fourth one, and then this power up, you go over here, destroy this thing, open up the way forward. Keep going. This part is kind of a fun little reversal down this long hallway. Make sure to hit these fuses as you go down. So you can get powered up. Not necessary, because you can then go over here. Light all these fuses. Once you're fully powered up, destroy this thing. Forward. And then here, just make sure to go jump into the water. Get these fuses. Don't really have to, because the achievement's right here. And then just kind of go through here, hit this growth. It will activate the flower, which will activate the statue, and that is Relighting the Mountain Eye achievement. And the achievement description for this achievement is: the mountain's eye sensed a kindred being with the essence to rekindle its fading lights. Alright. So that is the Relighting the Mountain Eye achievement in Keeper. So that's it for that. So let's go back to the main menu. Alright, we only have a few more left here. So the next one is the Mountain Eye Lives achievement, which is actually the last collectible in the game, and it is located in the Sensorium chapter, which is in the 3rd act. Same place where you're the Beyblade again. This one is actually pretty close to the beginning, so not too hard. But similar concept, you have to go through it, find the secret area, and then light the growth, which will activate the flower. So from the beginning, just go this way, hit this growth right here. Wait for it to get destroyed. Go on through. And then you're going to have to go inside this newly formed plant. Aim it at this thing so that you can open it the way through. Press B to return. Hit this growth. You know, I don't think this is really necessary, but I'm going to just do it. Move down this way, and it's actually over here, so make sure to boost so you can jump over. And it's literally in this area, so we're going to go ahead and go right there, activate the growth. And it will activate the flower, which will activate the statue. And that is the Mountain Eye Lives achievement in Keeper, which in the achievement description for this achievement, it is saying: the Keeper awakened as the Wither failed, bound to restore life beyond this place. And that is the final collectible achievement in Keeper, which once you finish the game and you get all these collectibles, you should have 1000 out of 1000 gamer score. So fairly easy completion, and yeah. Alright guys, so that was the collectible achievement guide for the game called Keeper from Double Fine Studios and Xbox Game Studios. Really fun game, and you know, like, I just want to say, you know, this is kind of how I really love, like, you know, I mean, I do like how games do achievements most of the time. Sometimes when they're too grindy, it's a little bit annoying, but I feel like this game does it really well, where, you know, they're not too difficult to obtain. It's fun, you know, it kind of requires you to kind of like explore a little bit off the beaten path, which is nice, you know. I do like a little variety, so, you know, I'm not like, you know, knocking any other games or anything like that. There are certain games that I don't really agree with their achievements. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, they're really not meant for anything. You know, I know I'm an achievement hunter, but, you know, at the end of the day, you don't really need them to enjoy the game. I just do it because I do enjoy collecting achievements, and I like to see my gamer score rack up, and I just like the, you know, just the feeling of that, of hearing the achievement pop every time you obtain one. So, but yeah, so this was once again the collectible guide for the game Keeper. Pretty cool list. Like I said, there's 12 collectibles in this game, which are spread throughout the various chapters in the game. The good thing about this is that, you know, most of them are they're all obtainable once you beat the game. So like I said, I would recommend playing through the game naturally, get whatever you get, And then once you're done with the game, go back through the chapter select and just get whatever you want. Once again, as you can see here, like I said, the collectibles are just kind of shown to you on the chapter select, like wherever the level is that you can see the plant here. Obviously, like I said, once again, this icon for the plant that means that I obtained it already because it's like bloomed. If you haven't gotten it, it'll be kind of like a closed off plant, like it'll just be like a plant bulb, which hasn't bloomed yet. So that's a good way of kind of like knowing where the achievements are located while also knowing whether you got it or not. So, obviously you can also check by just looking at the achievement list and seeing which one you got, but it's just nice to know because you don't have to actually see which achievement matches with which level, because it doesn't really tell you in the achievement description where you got it, and it's not necessarily linked to the level either. Like the Brim one is, surprisingly enough, because it literally says in the achievement, Echoes of the Brim. So, that one's kind of easy, but like it is the first one in the game, so it's kind of easy to find. But yeah, so once again, that was the collectibles guide and achievement guide for the game Keeper. Pretty cool game. I really enjoy myself playing this game. Fun little romp, like 4 hour. I think I played for like 5 hours. But amazing story, really heart-touching story, and like I said, achievements are really awesome. They're really easy to get. I love the fact that you can kind of like go back through the game and just collect whatever you want. Most of them are really close to the beginning of each chapter, wherever they're located, which is nice. And this game has a lot of chapters, as you can see, but not every chapter has a collectible, so that's kind of nice. They're kind of nicely spread out too, for the most part. And yeah, the only other achievement in this game is just related to finishing the game. And then the rest of them are collectibles related. So, yeah, that'll be it for me. I'm gonna, like I said, go ahead and make this video into one, while also dividing them up into each video for each achievement, just to kind of have that if you're just looking for that. There'll be timestamps for the long video if you just want to kind of knock them all out, or if you just want to focus on just one achievement at a time. I'll have separate videos like that as well. So, as always, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to keep saying those achievements, just like I did with this video. And yeah, another one in the completion catalog with the Keeper on the Xbox Series X. So awesome game, check it out. Check out the achievements, really easy to get. And yeah, that'll be it for me. Have a good one. Peace.